testing it. It's not like I'll hear on the playback, I guess. So yeah, as the title of the video would suggest, this is going to be discussing where the elves went. So we're not talking about like Santa Claus elves because we know they migrated to the North Pole and they make toys or become dentists. So we're talking about like Lord of the Rings like elves, like elven elves. So what happened to them and where did they go and why don't we see them anymore and like all those kind of things. And I don't totally know what happened, but I think the last elf sighting was in the 70s, I think. I think they went out on a boat with what's his name? The actor. Not Christopher Walken, that's a different boat. Yeah, it might have been Jack Nicholson or something. But yeah, I think the last elf that was seen, they went out on a boat with Jack Nicholson, and then the boat came back, and Jack Nicholson basically said like, "Yeah, so I dropped off the last elf at like Elf Island." And then they said, "Jack, where's Elf Island?" And he said, "I'm not gonna tell you where Elf Island is. That's none of your business, buddy." And that's really like it. And I've searched on Google Maps for Elf Island, and I'm sure that like the CEO of Google and Elon Musk and Putin and all like those guys, they all know where Elf Island is, and it's probably kind of like super powerful and magical. But I don't know, it just upsets me that such a thing would be just taken away from the world. Maybe the elves just didn't think that like humans were good, you know? They think of us as lesser. They think I'm a hobbit or something. These hairy hands. I have hairy feet, but I'm not going to show them because that costs money. Um, so it's just one of those disappointing things. And they always talk about how life was better in the 70s. The kids used to be able to run around outside. You wouldn't have to lock your doors. There was porn in Times Square. Um, but I think the elves is what people don't talk about enough. Is that there were actual elves, and they were these beautiful, 1,000-year-old creatures that would help humanity and stuff. I kind of wonder if it's the Cold War that kind of screwed them up because I think after World War II they kind of thought that maybe this is kind of the last straw. The nuclear bomb that was kind of like an elven weapon, and maybe we shouldn't have used that. But they were like, okay, but now, we called the last war, but now this one's definitely the last war. But then, the Cold War to now, there's all these other wars going on. And I think I think they left at the right time, maybe. Um, because it didn't get much better. It didn't, World War III hasn't happened yet, knock on wood. I don't think this is wood. I think this is a fabrication of wood. But it's the thought that counts, as the elves say. So in general, I don't know. I don't know if it's a big deal. I don't know if it was they didn't like McDonald's or like fast food stuff because I know they don't like eating animals like cows and like chickens and stuff. They only eat deer. So I don't know what that's part of it. Burger King. I don't know. They've maybe I don't know if they liked McDonald's, they wouldn't like it now because they have those stupid cafes. Um, I don't know. I guess that's all I have on it. I'm not a very educated person. I think I saw an elf once when I was a kid, but it's one of those things where it's like, was it an elf? Was it a coat hanger? In the dark, you don't know.